have a point.
I am so proud of the foundation. I'm proud of the work that it has done and that it is doing. It attracted donations from people, organizations from around the world, and I think that just goes to show that people are very supportive of the life-saving and life-changing work it's done here, at home, and elsewhere. And I'll let the American people make their own judgment.
What about your emails, Mrs. Clinton?
Look, I know that there have been a lot of questions about Iraq posed to candidates over the last weeks. I've made it very clear that I made a mistake, plain and simple. And I have written about it in my book. I've talked about it in the past. And what we now see is a very different and very dangerous situation. The United States is doing what it can, but ultimately this has to be a struggle that the Iraqi government and the Iraqi people are determined to win for themselves. And we can provide support, but they're going to have to do it.
Why did you use your own emails, Mrs. Clinton?
On your income disclosure increase language that came out on Friday, you are in the top echelon of earners in this country. How do you expect everyday Americans to relate to this?
Well, obviously, Bill and I have been blessed, and we're very grateful for the opportunities that we had, but we've never forgotten where we came from, and we've never forgotten the kind of country that we want to see for our granddaughter, and that means that we're going to fight to make sure that everybody has the same chances to live up to his or her own God-given potential. So I think that most Americans understand that the deck is stacked for those at the top, and I am running a campaign that is very clearly stating we want to reshuffle that deck. We want to get back to having more opportunities for more people so that they can make more out of their own lives, and I think that's exactly what America's looking for.
Secretary Clinton, can you explain your reluctance to engage with the press?
Your relationship as Secretary of State with Sydney Blumenthal. There's a report out this morning that you exchanged several emails. And should Americans expect that if elected president, you would have that same type of relationship with these old friends that you've had for so long?
I have many, many old friends, and I always think that it's important when you get into politics to have friends you had before you were in politics and to understand what's on their mind. And he's been a friend of mine for a long time. He sent me unsolicited emails, which I passed on in some instances, and I see that that's just part of the give and take. When you're in the public eye, when you're in an official position, I think you do have to work to make sure you're not caught in a bubble and you only hear from a certain small group of people. And I'm going to keep talking to my old friends, whoever they are.
Secretary Clinton. The State Department might not release your emails until January of 2016. A federal judge says they should be released sooner. Will you demand that they are released sooner? And to follow up on the questions about the speeches, was there a conflict of interest in your giving paid speeches into the run-up of your announcement that you're running for president?
The answer to the second is no. And the answer to the first is I have said repeatedly, I want those emails out. Nobody has a bigger interest in getting them released than I do. I respect the State Department. They have their process that they do for everybody, not just for me. But anything that they might do to expedite that process, I heartily support. I want the American people to learn as much as we can about the work that I did with our diplomats and our development experts, because I think it will show how hard we worked and what we did for our country during the time that I was Secretary of State, where I worked extremely hard on behalf of our values and our interests and our security, and the emails are part of that. So I have said publicly, I'm repeating it here in front of all of you today, I want them out as soon as they can get out. They're not mine. They belong to the State Department. So the State Department has to go through its process, but as much as they can expedite that process, that's what I'm asking them to do. Please move as quickly as they possibly can.
Well, why did you use your own email server? Why did you use your own email server?
Did you take a picture of the Clinton administration